little technical difficulties. Hi! Welcome to Free Flow Friday. Alexis is back.
We're back together.
Sorry that now it's just me and not beautiful landscapes in Europe. But we're happy to be back. We love, of course, having you all join us. Wherever you're tuning in from, let us know. Share in the comment box. And as you can see from the title today, we are focusing on stress. Something that everyone deals with. Probably a lot of us in New York do more so than maybe other places. And that's why it's so important to have these tools in your toolbox that you can pull from whenever you need it. And so before we dive in to the practice, to our flow today, I want to address that someone reached out and asked us what we offer at our store, like our hard copy materials. So we have the textbook that we came out with last year called The Core. It comes with a small notebook. We have, of course, Alexis's The Art of Jinshin, her inaugural book, and we have all of Pamela's learning materials. So it would definitely take way too much time to go through all of it. So I'm going to show you all what's included in our foundational practitioner curriculum. So the first is The Art of Jinshin, and this goes with our beginnings webinar. These are things that we ship to you once you enroll. It's all included in the cost. This is also a perfect gift. It's nice, user-friendly, beautiful. The second thing included is the Core textbook, which I know many of you have. It's definitely more advanced than The Art of Jinshin as it goes into how you start working on others, right? So there's the difference between the self-help you do to yourself versus once you start really deepening your studies and you learn how to treat others. And then you also get this small notebook, which is perfect. You can just put it right on your side. You're treating someone. You're like, oh, right, the steps of the flow. It's a nice, you can take it with you on the subway, study from it, test how well you know the flows. So, I can put a link for our store in the comment box below. And also just want to share that a few weeks ago, we had our first study circle, right?
Mm-hmm. It was so fun. I had a lot of fun. There was a really good group of people of different levels, and everybody had a chance to share and ask a question. And we got different answers. It's an interactive group. You were there, right?
I was in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will certainly put in my 2 cents, and we're all exploring together on different levels. So this is, everybody's welcome to this, right?
Yeah.
We've opened it up.
Yes. And it's nice. It's sort of it reminds me of being at university. You have your classes where you go and learn from your professor, and then you create study groups that you meet once a month to review the material. So it's a nice way to hear from other people who are maybe becoming practitioners. Maybe they're a little further along. Maybe they're a little behind you. You can share your experience. So it's not like a class where Alexis leads it, but she is there as, a guide, answering specific questions, but also then other people were answering other people's questions, which was nice to see. Mm-hmm. So I'll put a link for that.
Yeah, so join us.
Yeah,
it's fun.
We would love to have you, and it's nice that we can have people from all over the world.
So talking about stress, one of your favorites. So Lola, why don't you give us the first hold today?
I know, we were just talking about it before. So you guys know I feel like this is where everything becomes congested.
Yeah, I was working with a young woman yesterday. She's 21, and she just got to New York, and she got this new job and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and her 11s were really, really tight. So the 11s have a lot to do with our lifestyle, and for that reason, usually the right 11 tends to get tight if it's related to stress.
Yes.
And we can have stress from work. Well, like you have too much fun. What
No
other
stress.
stresses can we have?
Yeah, we can have it from, I know sometimes I feel, especially like I was just recently in Colorado and coming back to New York, and I feel like I'm always on the go. It's like I'm running to catch the subway, I'm running to the grocery store, I'm running to the office. Like there's a lot of, and that creates this feeling of stress, like the to-do list.
So the to-do list has to do with the right side of our body, the doing, and the left side has to do with trying too hard. So Lola right now is talking about the doing side, so that would manifest on the right side. So check these 11s out. Just really feel them. You can feel them with your fingertips or with the palms of your hand. Or and you can stick your fingers in there and see if that muscle feels tight, and then just hold it. Get into the breath and see if it will release and see if it changes. It can be more lateral or it can be closer to the spine. So traditionally the SELs are closer to the spine, and it's our lifestyle that pulls them out to the side. So that's another interesting note. And we have this big muscle here that tends to get tight, and it's all about dropping the shoulders. And when we stretch, what we do is we bring up our shoulders. We just relax them.
I hear from Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
I have a lot of stress from my work and the positioning from my work. I could use a session on my 11th. I hear you, Melissa. Yeah, I feel like also just the nature of like, we're on our computers like this, you know, because we get so worked up. And it's a good reminder to like relax the body.
Yeah, so the 11s are very timely. It's very much in the here and now, and it's very much of today. There's just a lot of stress. Like Lola said, we're hurrying a lot. We have a lot of fear and anxiety that we're living with in the moment, and that will all take a seat here. Yeah. Also, when you visit friends or family, rather, we pile the stress up right here.
Yeah, we both saw family recently.
We just both,
Yeah, definitely a different kind of stress.
So one of the flows that's really helpful is the Supervisor quick hold flow. It's just 2 simple steps. And now that you know which side feels tighter to you, then leave your hand, actually place the other hand on that 11, and then place the other hand on the SEL 15, which is in the groin area. So this is 2 quick holds to harmonize the whole Supervisor flow, the whole Supervisor energy. And 11 and 15 helps the energy to move down the front, which is the letting go. And of course, when we have stress, it is all about letting go, exhaling. And in the letting go, we also get rid of the toxins in our body. So 11 and 15 allows for the exhale, the energy down the front, so that it can move up the back. So in effect, 11 and 15 helps the back as well.
Yeah.
11s also help to clear the hip line. So if you have any projects on the hip line, be it the reproductive system, intestinal projects, this is a very good flow for that as well. And stress can cause intestinal projects.
Yeah. And also can just like lock itself in our hips. I had a friend recently share with me how our psoas muscle, when we get stressed and we get in like a fight or flight state, it can tense. So usually people who have chronic stress, it can be really tight. And so it's interesting, right? Like the whole idea that these emotions get like literally trapped in the body. And, you know, if we're not moving them and doing yoga and breathing and, you know, then it becomes a bigger project.
So while Lola and I are talking, I do hope that you will practice along. These are such simple holds, and that is why we are practicing along with you, to encourage you to practice on yourself right in this moment and every day.
You don't need to just watch us.
Yes. And so when this is moving, you can place your hands from the groin onto the sits bone, which helps the front of the body. So if you're on your right side holding 11 and 25, you're helping the liver and gallbladder because they are located on the right side. And if you're practicing on the left side, then you are helping the stomach and spleen. So different organs. You don't need to know this. Know that with 11 and 25, you're helping the front of the body. And the 25s, they help to regenerate. We know that often we see children sitting on their hands. They're quietly regenerating their whole body. So it's a very simple, easy hold, 11 and 15 and 11 and 25. And then you can practice the other side, balancing the right and the left side. Harmony is all about balancing right and left sides so that they can move in tandem. When one side goes too fast or too slow, that's when we get out of harmony. And so by now, I would like you to tune into your own 11s again and see if they have changed, if they're opening up. So just check them out and see what it feels like now. They can also be more to the front or more to the back. That will be different for everybody. It's nice to get to the bullseye of it.
Yeah.
The bullseye of the 11, and then just bring your fingers there and wait for the pulsation to come in. So you can cross your hands.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Or you can, so whatever feels comfortable for you.
Yeah, and if you're watching and practicing live right now, let us know. What are you feeling? What's coming up? Because maybe someone else is also experiencing that.
And why would you have stress in your life?
Yeah.
It's also holding on to emotions and not expressing them and not processing them, that it takes a seat right here at our 11. So
right.
Another very good and easy way to release stress is holding your fingers and just move along with me as I'm talking you through it. But if you are a worrier, holding the thumb is going to be really helpful. And worry can cause stress as well. And when stress is setting in, again, it will take a seat right here. And then moving to the index finger, if you have a lot of fear or anxiety, that can cause a lot of stress and take a seat right at the 11s. If you're not processing the fear, it will take a seat at the 11th. So holding your index finger will help to harmonize fear. And if you're a person who tends to get angry, you can hold the middle finger. Make sure you're breathing here, and please, I invite you again to join along with us as long as you are watching.
I'm going to read
and then just
comment.
Just moving to the next finger, if you have sadness or grief that can cause stress, if these feelings are unprocessed, the result will be some form of stress on the body. So holding your ring finger, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Irene just said, great, waiting for a flow that helps upper back spinal projects, that area of 9, 10, 11, and shoulder blade.
Well, the 11s will help the upper back because the energy moves up the back. So if you have 9, 10 projects, you probably will find tightness in the 11s. You can also move your fingertips a little bit lower onto the 3. And if the 9s and 10s are blocked, the energy is unable to ascend, and then the 11s will get stuck. So always going back to the 11s. They're very helpful for many, many different things. And then just if you're trying too hard, if you're an efforter, then holding the little finger and trying too hard will also cause stress in the body. So the 11s are very, very important. I hope you get that now. And of course, holding the palm of our hands, just giving energy to all the organ flows in the body and nurturing them. So you can place your palms together. So make sure the 11s are open. 11 and 15 and 11 and 25 is part of our daily maintenance program, the Supervisor energy, part of the first 3. So it's on a very, very high level, just these simple holds. And we always like to keep the art of Jinshin simple, accessible for anybody. Anybody can practice this. It's available to all of you. So I thank you all for joining us today.
Yeah.
And keep up the wonderful practice that you have for yourself.
Yeah, thank you all so much. We love having you all part of this community, and we hope to have more of you join us at the next study circle. All right, bye everyone.